The Fallout series is known for the unique weapons that you can find across the wasteland, but not every weapon got the unique treatment. A while back, I asked all of you what unique variants you would give to weapons that missed out. Here are the ideas I like the most. Mike the Non-Existent suggests a unique riot shotgun called the Peaceful Protest, with a silencer, hollow sights, and peace symbols painted all over it. It gains bonus critical damage against NPCs with evil karma, such as fiends in the Legion, and bonus critical chance against NPCs with very evil karma. This is quite a cool option for good karma characters and vigilante types, and the silencer opens up opportunities for different playstyles. The only criticism I have is that since there are only 5 characters with very evil karma, the bonus critical chance against them wouldn't get much use. I suggest that it gains a 100% critical chance against very evil karma characters instead. Patrick Semple suggests a Ranger Sequoia with a silencer. That would be quite powerful for a stealth build due to the Sequoia's high damage, especially when combined with the Professional perk. However, revolvers cannot be easily silenced due to the gap between the cylinder and the barrel. Kay Wetterhall suggests a unique tri-beam laser rifle called the Love Machine that shoots sunshine and rainbows, blinding anyone it hits with the power of friendship? I guess that means it would do more damage the more companions you have with you? That's quite an inspired idea. TV Head suggests a unique recharger rifle called the Blinder 5000 that fires a continuous beam, instantly cripples the head, does 5 times headshot damage, and has twice the ammo capacity. It was made by Dr. Mobius in a psycho and mentat-induced rage to, and I quote, "melt the eyes. Melt their fucking eyes. Even if they're wearing a welding helmet, I made this gun to melt their eyes." The backstory behind this weapon is pretty funny, and its blinding effect makes sense considering it shoots light. Wait a minute, why don't all laser weapons blind opponents now that I think about it? The 5 times headshot multiplier does sound a little OP. The recharger rifle does 12 damage, so this thing would be doing about 60 damage with a continuous beam and no ammo cost. Other than that, fantastic idea. Josh1312 suggests a unique assault carbine called Heat based on the movie of the same name. The gun is entirely black with fewer scratches and comes with a forged receiver and extended magazine mods. It also does more damage. I haven't watched the movie Heat, but I'd probably either give it bonus sneak attack damage or bonus damage and limb damage when aiming at the torso. Hammerhead69 suggests a unique baseball bat called the Survivor's Swinger that does double damage to ghouls. Now, all it needs is barbed wire wrapped around it and it's basically perfect. If you imagine ghouls as walkers, that is. Made of Rage 420 suggests a unique hatchet called the Colossus, based on the game Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. The hatchet would have a pick at the back end, a black and gray color scheme, and etchings into it indicating kills. It would have increased durability, damage, crit damage, and a highly increased sneak attack critical multiplier. Sounds like the perfect thing for a sort of stealth soldier or survivalist character. I like it. Gatling ZX has 2 ideas for us. First is Motor Runner's Chainsaw, which features better damage and critical damage, but worse item HP and AP cost. Second is the Exterminator, a unique lever-action shotgun that is a reference to the Terminator franchise. It has better damage, critical damage, and AP cost, but reloads slightly slower and can be bought from the Gunrunners for 12,000 caps. Trent7258 suggests a unique incinerator bought from Cliff Briscoe called the Meteor, with a longer range and bonus damage to reptilian enemies like geckos and deathclaws. A nice reference to the Chicxulub Meteor, especially considering you buy it from a guy who resides in a giant dinosaur statue. Hammerhead69 has another suggestion, a unique incinerator called Ripley's Burner based off the Alien movies that does bonus damage to mutated creatures. Might I suggest a better name? Ripley's Burn It or Not. Okay, that's not really better, but you get the point. Would be funny if the weapon had a hidden but extremely powerful damage bonus against the Zetans you can find with Wild Wasteland. Mr. Monotone 96, go check out his channel by the way, suggests a unique lead pipe called the Crack Pipe that does more damage the more addictions you have. Simple, yet brilliant. Red Rum Edits suggest a lead pipe called Raider's Favorite that does triple damage to good karma characters but has a lower critical chance on bad karma characters. The Officer's Nightstick is a unique baton with the same effect, but reversed. Quite interesting if you want to roleplay as a sadistic raider or a law-abiding cop, respectively. K. Wetterhall suggests a unique boxing glove called the Performance Enhancer that injects the user with micro doses of slasher in combat, increasing your damage and damage resistance. Quite an interesting idea, especially if it slowly consumes slasher from your inventory or has a chance of addiction or something like that. Reminds me a bit of the Stealth Suit MK2. Usual Moth says that a unique Deathclaw gauntlet from an albino or glowing Deathclaw would be cool. I don't know how an albino Deathclaw gauntlet would be different from a normal one, but a glowing Deathclaw gauntlet that inflicts radiation damage would be pretty sick, pun not intended. Patrick Semple has a similar idea, but with a Gator Claw gauntlet. I imagine that one would do less damage, but swing faster with a lower AP cost. TV Head suggests a unique sledgehammer called the Force of 1,000 Trucks. The shaft would be made of a truck's axle, with the head made from a truck's engine. It can't attack normally, only using power attacks, but does double damage and has a 10% higher critical rate. Killing targets with a critical hit even causes them to explode into bloody chunks. I like it, it's like the steroid-infused love child of a super sledge and a bumper sword. Woist Werehit suggests a unique rolling pin called I'm Calling Grandma, that does more damage the higher the enemy's level is. It's like calling your grandmother on your parents. Gotta say, quite an ingenious idea. Neo Caveman suggests a unique silenced 10mm pistol that has better critical chance when you're hidden, called the Hush Puppy. Pretty good idea, but did you consider the Hush Puppy would be a god-tier name for a silenced bullpup? TV Head suggests a unique double-barrel shotgun called Bubba's Boomstick that shoots both barrels at once, twice as many pellets per shot, and knocks enemies back that get hit by 90% of the pellets or more. The front handguard is an empty spray can duct taped to the barrels, the stock is ripped off and replaced with random bits of scrap, and the side of the handguard has the words, "No touch, Bubba's Boomstick," painted on it. The only question I have about this one is, who the hell is Bubba? Bird Goat Man suggests the Steel Pipe, a unique lead pipe that does ×3 critical damage and makes the noise when hitting people. You know, the noise that goes. CJC Star suggests the Red Rider, a unique variant of the BB gun that has a chance to explode the head of any human enemy when hitting them in the eyes. A nice callback to Fallout 1 that would make for an unforgettable, and messy, weapon. DePreston761 suggests the AWOL, a unique assault rifle with bush camo that does bonus damage to Enclave troops. I like this one, as we don't really have enough camo options in Fallout, and I feel like it would go great with combat armor for that militaristic vibe. Depressed Crow suggests a unique version of the Tesla cannon called the Prototype 177, which shoots yellow lightning that does half its damage as fire damage and has a 30% chance of setting the target on fire. Cool concept, almost as if you're shooting literal lightning bolts at people like some sort of sky deity, and inflicting both electrical and fire damage ensures versatility against different enemy types. Adam Barnes suggests a unique tri-beam laser rifle called La Victory, which fires an arcing ball of energy that explodes when it hits something. I imagine you could use this to damage enemies behind cover and high walls. Sounds like a pretty fun weapon that reminds me of the drone cannon from Mothership Zeta. Dimitetter suggests a unique police baton called Police Brutality that does more damage and much higher limb damage. Too true. Game Brain Jagras suggests a unique lead pipe called Plumbing Problem that does 4 times critical damage, has very high durability, and has a chance to knock down foes while poisoning them. Sounds kinda OP, but then again, defeating your enemies with the power of septic shock is a novel enough concept, so I'll let it slide. Made of Rage suggests a unique baseball bat called Grand Slam, which has slightly less damage and durability, but a higher attack speed, a lower AP cost, and a chance to knock opponents flat on their ass. Also, in VATS, a critical strike will send your enemy flying, potentially killing them from the fall damage. It would appear much more maintained with black tape around the handle, an American flag around the weapon, and tally marks on the shaft to indicate kills. Gotta say, you really knocked it out of the park with this one? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, fine, I'll get my coat. K. Wetterhall suggests a unique rolling pin with explosives inside it that can be thrown to inflict massive damage. It's called the Fat Boy Roller. Yeah. Colonel James Sue suggests Acid Rain, a unique heavy incinerator that fires globs of acid that linger on the ground, stick to enemies, and inflict more direct damage, but don't explode on contact. It also plays the first part of the Acid Rain shift by Silverchair when drawn, and the second half when holstered. You, sir, are a genius. Caden Voles suggests a unique BB gun that has a 100% chance of summoning the mysterious stranger or misfortune when used. This would actually make for a fun joke weapon, and if it existed, I'd definitely see if I could beat Fallout with only the mysterious stranger perk. Rustlord suggests a unique double-barrel shotgun called the At-Home Defense, which has an American flag paint job and an eagle's mouth at the end of the barrel. It reloads faster and does more damage to mutants like ghouls and super mutants. Gotta say, the Enclave would be proud of this one. Appleboy suggests a unique lead pipe called the Catalytic Converter that does more damage on a power attack and inflicts minor poison damage. Good idea for a weapon, just make sure no one steals it. Trioris suggests a unique Tesla cannon called Duracell that does poison damage due to battery acid. Simple but effective. Not only do you do damage over time from the electricity, but poison as well. Pueblo Ramirez suggests a unique BB gun called You'll Shoot Your Eye Out that does times 500 headshot damage. You'll get yours, Black Bart. You'll get yours. Salty Seasoning suggests a unique heavy incinerator called the Exterminator that is found in an anthill and does extra damage to insectoid enemies. All I need now is a can of Raid and I'm good to go. Finally, Pixel suggests a unique rolling pin called the Master Baker that is made of metal, which does more damage and bonus fire damage. The bad guys of the Wasteland are cooked with this one. And that concludes your ideas for unique weapons that I like the most. Tell me which one was your favorite in the comments below. This is Causal Loop signing off. Peace.